Hello, my name is Jacqueline Pollauf, and today I wanted to share a quick tip about making some flashcards for the letter name of each note. When beginning students are learning to read music, I find that flashcards are a really helpful tool in that process, and there are many sets of flashcards out there available for purchase, but frequently I encourage students to make their own flashcards. And I think the act of drawing out all of the different elements that go into a flashcard can be really helpful for retention, in addition, of course, to then using and working with the flashcards. So today, I'm just going to do a simple overview of how to make some basic flashcards for the letter names of the notes. Here we have an example flashcard from a printed set, and then we also have a few supplies that we'll use to make our own flashcard. So if we take a look at this reference flashcard, you can see that it's a treble clef G, that's the note, but there's all this other background information that is also really important. For example, here we have the 5 lines that make up the treble clef staff. Then here we have the 5 horizontal lines that make up the bass clef staff. This symbol here is the treble clef. This one is the bass clef. Then we also have this long vertical line and brace that show that these two staves are connected. So in making our flashcard, we'll go ahead and make all of those background elements first. And what I have here is just a rectangle of cardstock that I cut out. I find that cardstock is a little bit thicker and more durable than a regular piece of paper, but paper works, or cardboard and construction paper, all kinds of different things. I also have a marker and a ruler. So what I'm going to do first is go ahead and draw out those 5 horizontal lines to be the staff. And a staff always has 5 horizontal lines. I think of it like a grid, so you can plot your notes on top of the grid. And hopefully I'm making these fairly straight and fairly evenly spaced. And then we'll leave a bit of space between the 2 staves and do another 5 lines to be the bass clef staff. And I'm doing this in marker, but you could, of course, do it in pencil first and then trace over with pen or marker. That would work just fine. Okay, so we've got that step. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a long vertical line like that. Oh, maybe I'll connect a few of these a little better. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and add our brace, the musical symbol showing that all of this connects. Now we're ready to do our 2 clefs. The treble clef can be a bit tricky. Usually I start at the bottom and make a bit of a J going up. Then I wrap around and curve like so. And then the bass clef is much easier. We just make the symbol like that, and then we add the 2 dots around the F line because those are part of the bass clef. So now we have the background for the flashcard. So you could just go ahead and make a whole bunch of these backgrounds and then go back and fill in the notes, or you could do them all one at a time, whatever works best. I'm going to go ahead and add our treble clef G. So I'll just make a bubble around the 2nd line up. And then since we want to make this quarter note, or I guess I should say because it happens to be a quarter note, it doesn't really matter, I'll fill it in and add the stem. So there's our own flashcard. And then last step, I'm just going to flip it over and write the letter G on the back. So now if you wanted to make a bass clef flashcard, you could just make the same backdrop setup, which I've already done here. And then you could just go ahead and fill your note in the bass clef. Let's make this one a bass clef E. So I'm putting my note on the space there, drawing the bubble, filling it in, adding this stem. And then we can go ahead and write our E on the back of that one. So there's an example of a bass clef flashcard. And actually this brings up an interesting point. In both of these flashcards, we have an empty staff. So here in our treble clef flashcard, we have no notes in the bass clef, And here in the bass clef flashcard, we have no notes in the treble clef. So some people, to be efficient, just make one staff at a time. Like this would actually be the same thing as this, although there's no bass clef. And this would be the same thing as this, although there's no treble clef on this one. And this is sufficient information, but I find that especially when students are starting out, it's clearer to see both staves at the same time, because then you can really easily see that all these treble clef notes are empty, so this must be a lower note in the harp, and vice versa for this one. So I'd suggest that you go ahead and make both staves. But of course, there's so many options for this that you can really customize it to work with whatever you need. If there's particular notes you want to target, or you want to make a really comprehensive set, all kinds of different ways to make some note flashcards. But hopefully this video has given you some ideas and some first steps in making your own.